Today na the 27th day of October 2022. Wetin one line at table? One can talk small about the risk reduction of national disaster na Salone. Some disaster then dey. But I will say self the cause and for we self. Yes. What some of the images them now you screen right now? And someday it get to do with we, now the diaspora. This year, Salone self join other country them. They say then they celebrate or they try for bang aid together, put aid together, how for reduce disaster. If then talk about national disaster in Sierra Leone, Mohamed Conte, thank you as always, sir, for the stars. If they say something happen, what if first they can your mind? Let's talk like one mama picking in today. Like Sierra Leoneans them. When we talk about national disaster in Sierra Leone, what's in the come na your mind? The major disasters them we don't happen in Sierra Leone will affect we na Salone. If you want look and fine, other than the cause for the disaster then the disaster management agency say within the last 10 months in Sierra Leone, we lost over 200 people per disaster. I want to let this sing first for you. Saviola, thank you for the stars. Within the last 10 months, over 200 people and now we lost per disaster, dead. This is not the entire country. The entire country. Because some man not even know. Say places them na the provinces them. They self can get flooding and other things them. Even though majority of them disaster na free tongue they happen. Free tongue na they happen. If we lost over 200 of we people them per disaster, the last one, now look in town. If we want to talk about na building, the one them where they mine sand, we want to talk about them one in there. The either they give building permit, either they sell land. Mama and papa safe na house. If the pikin them faint pa una say, una they get chamot. The pikin they don't enjoy. Then don't enjoy. If pikin them faint say, the mama and the papa, then they get banged. Because they know what in mama they say no for. And then they go to papa for. They know what in papa go say no. And then they go to mama for. So at the end of the day, then they cruise, then get them nice. What make us say so? Because we ministries them, the local council, the ministry, they all know they see one side. So people they want forget the way. We connected to one side. Now then they go. And they. We not don't see the Ministry of Land, and also the Freetown City Council. Who then did go? Who not for building a waterway? Who not for building a waterway? Oh, now waterway then they can put X. Oh no, not a waterway. I concern me don't get rights for bill. The ministries them, the local councils them. They know they see one side. And me, Tripole go say, as long as MDAs they know they work together, now for nothing. There is no risk reduction. It not go work. It not they work. They don't take and say the green belt to say water the command and they build it. Other than they build it, like the powers that be, the one they were connected. Former President Bio tell the chief minister say he want for me them do investigation, made them go na that green belt and that. Who stay there again? The risk reduction is now. We need to wait till something not happen. We now we good for. Who they wait till it happen? They will come, this thing, no, now. So what thing happen with the committee? Where President maybe order the chief minister. The other time we see press release come out all. Where the chief minister, the other people them, we get land, then paper they let them carry them go this and that. My dear, then still a bill there. President Bio, if you don't know, then still a bill. And at the one the way they near you, now then they bill there. Now then they bill there. Because right now, all my one bill inside Kiton, they need Sansan. Yana back, now another one. Just to go pull Sansan, who sign up for pull Sansan? Who did they control Udaba? Who they control who? All land in a lawlessness. All. A lawlessness. Yes. Explode Tripoli. I don't ask people them. Me, I love Sierra Leone. That, if I don't know. Yes. In all we do, Sierra Network is the umbrella. All other things we for the under Sierra Network. Just watch them. You go no see. Whatever would they do. Now the love for the land. Now I born out of. I really want a neighborhood. We able for bluff with. Show me am. Would they carry the camera day? Would they carry the drone day? Show me. We well plan. We get Ministry of Housing and Planning. Show me by we well planners alone. The gutter them pave. The proper drainage system. We get the predestined walkway. Show me that neighborhood day. We know they left 1, 2, 3 tonos. The next one up Pambodina you don't meet. Show me. In the city, in the heart of the city. That's why a lot of time people they call say, we need another city. We need another one. Because this one, the beach itself will be the bluff with. The beach there. Number 2. Go watch Explode Tripoli the number 2 way we do. When it's beautiful, and they show you how we dey portray am. Go watch the number 2 video. Lumley, Aberdeen, na dirty full up there now. How we full up there? The drainage system. We drainage na the country from the hills, to the wharf them, to the water. But I suppose for be. Now water for can drainage gutter. Now water now for one day for can empty na the sea. But what do they do? Na dirty. So as long as the dirty come up from wherever they come out. But again, it go can the water, it go end back na the shore. But again, no, yeah? You go government wharf. Then get last banking day. Then get dirty day. Dirty. You go Mabela. Na the papa. You go Moaf. Na the daddy. You go only places, yeah? Where if you clean them dirty, then a sansan na in the under. Sansan. We take we coastal, we beach line them. We coastal line, beautiful line them. We turn all to slum. If them get power, say Lumley beach all them for don't turn to slum. If they get power. Yes. And they tell you from Aberdeen, the creek, from Aberdeen. Take go Old Wharf. No. It is past this because even Rokel Wharf they don't be. You know say will they allow me though? For taking from Aberdeen, we take on the coastal line, we ride boats. Take go side on. I don't know if you know, say every of them different kisi, they get wharf down there. You know that? Wellington get, Calbaton get, Allenton get. Okay, all them places then they all get wharf. If we been plan with city correct one, oui. Who go challenge we ba? All the coastal line, all. We. But oh yeah. All a slum. A slum lady. Ministry of Housing and Planning. Yes. Us business had to forget. Us rent expensive. Na the city. So now I make that they say, then they go down na the slum areas them. But what to make a slum? What to make a slum? How? If we not ready yet, we not ready. We not ready. Fire just happened at Mabila back. Fire. It just happened there. And inside this September, October, a lot of fire incidents don't take place in Saloon. Beaucoup. Someday we come in and go capture them. Ross Road, Wellington Street, Mabela. The most way they tell you, oh, na electricity. Oh, na EDSA cable. Who stay EDSA really don't do investigation for no really waiting they go on. Na salon, who they pay for get fire extinguisher and we cast them. I don't know if you know that. Yes, you they pay for every car na salon supposed for get fire extinguisher. Every car. How much motor car in the born? Eh? SLIS say them fair way forget their own money for sell give fire extinguishers. What about the houses them? Where then they burn left and right? What do they do? Me, I get fire extinguisher. Not to one, not to two, not to three. I get an amuse. Every corner did in my pan body. Eh? And the person where they right now, the caretaker, is sabia for user. It's sabi. Because I don't train them. Waiting for do. And not too small one there. I get the small one, I get the big one there back. When I salon, police then go break you. Last you fire extinguisher. Pamotoka. Oste with the born left and right. Waiting at the education. If we want for risk national disaster, and we no say host and they born beaucoup force, Lord left them flooding, Lord left the mudslide and one and they. Whose education they give the people them? All 10 and point finger by EDSA. What EDSA they do? How the substandard cable and they can inside the country? Because some man, I think Chinese cable them. Yes. Well, before current don't pass by, I don't want me. They melt on you and not do an 88. It don't melt. Eh? But the electrician back where you can connect them, he no say this cable not good. But now we only do it safe than the country. They all work out the substandard cable. They all go buy them, even though he tell the person, the person say, he said, then get the 5,000 yuan and get the 10,000 yuan. The 5,000 yuan, you know better, but the 10,000 yuan, I know the good one. Give me the 5,000 yuan. We go the manager first. Eh? Okay, now left hand you go see now the people them. What about EDSA? You know how many people them? The meter they don't burn? Whether in EDSA, na infra, where the kind current we send come. We dey talk about for reduce the risk of national disaster. Now they talk about. And we want for use waiting we dey see the happen our country. That one for use. The last thing I don't forget to they talk about. I say I like na 12 o'clock net. Go there. I don't care who say here. Go there. Go put big music. Open and no more they play. Let's see them picking the way they come. Now the first they can day, now the last go come out today. Picking them. You got say what to? Who said they were them mommy then day? What then daddy then? Eh? Yeah. Say, oh, I want land. You so desperate. Say, now up deal. We go check out the day. I'll go low bill. How build up the hill. Poor man they build up hill. Because most cannot they carry the building material up there. They carry left and down. They pay almost the same price for two and go up back. Yeah. Say me now uphill like safe. Because now for they don't go up from way go up. You the shouting. Right up. And there one day. And see, how we go reduce? Alpha they ask say, what's in the life expectancy rate in a salon? Huh. Okay. I like this program, but the problem of Sierra Leone, not to now we start. Not true, sir. Not to now we start. But we can begin for end and now. If all man they can't say no to now we start. Well. Now that too. We're not go get a solver. It not start now. But it's still go on now, no? No, so. Sir. It's still go on. So why not stop the way they go on now? Because it not start now. No mean to say we not for talk about it now. No mean to say we not ki end and now. Right now as we speak, people that are connected to the powers that be. Now then they who the green belt told them say no for bill. Now then they build the rights now. Now by its own. And so then they do them. Now by its own then they do them. Then they will be they don't build alone. And neighbor them. Yes. Some man they build also you know say where power left and they able to save for who they watch you now. Now they able to maintain them. Some of you now make you get to smoke pepper and body. Every year they get a different shape with itself. Every year, but that's how they chop them. If you say you just knacka. We go build a massive where power left you down for paint and if you can't touch trouble. Because the money no they flow so again. They think for tomorrow. And then they get until then so then if you say they flow go. So I be someday. What be did it today? Some man don't sell all. Some man don't sell. Okay. Tripoli, we get village system na Bumbuna where they straight on the waterbed of the Bumbuna Hydro. Any disaster on the dam go wipe out a lot of people in the villages. That is true. So they want to say they know this here. And they say, must this say no means say we can't solve them from now? Say because not to now we start. Alright. To Radio Democracy. Fambulem. Let me listen.
November last year, Salon attended the Conference of Parties COP26 na the UK. We said this meeting now forget policy maker them for talk about policy, law and safe, raise couple for protect the environment and tap environmental disaster. This conference get plenty commitments them where member country them can sign to for protect the environment and one pandem now for protect community them from disaster as the country they prepare for attend COP27 inside Egypt. Radio Democracy look back how the country don't work for protect people na vulnerable community them from disaster.
Okay, Musa, wait first. Last year, then go London. Same thing. This year, then they ready for go Egypt for the same thing. The conference they are then they go. If it then they evaluate them, say okay, that one be going to London. Oh, let me big talk the one go talk the. All. Do ya? What you don't produce? Now Egypt and they ready for go so back for the same thing. Talk shop. Now talk shop. Right.
Inside the rainy season, we Salone just come out pan. But first, waiting a Salone position for sake of disaster and vulnerability.
I'm informed that 14% of the country's area and more than 35% of the population are at risk to disasters. In the last 15 years alone, 4 major floods have affected 220,000 people and caused severe loss of lives and economic damage, and it is obvious that as a nation, we cannot afford another disaster.
President Bio, they analyze Salone disaster situation.
Musa, wait. As a nation, we're not going able to afford another national disaster. President Bio, so he says, sir. What have we done as a nation? Waiting really, we don't see government put sand pass it. But government serious so. They want to go cut tree. They want to go bill side enough for bill. They want to go pull sansan, no side enough for pull sansan. They want to make like say they don't understand. But government don't come up for the one day. Who side don't see? Alright. Who is here now? Musa there continue.
During the launch of the National Disaster Management Agency inside November 2020, different environment reports them around the world don't place Salone as high-risk country with majority of the people exposed to disaster, especially in the capital city, Freetown.
High-risk country? Majority of people prone to disaster. Sweet selling point. For that, okay, use rename for go bigger. Yeah. Past, present, future. Any you want to come. Sweet selling point. For use we for go bigger. Now make any time when they say, hey, conference there and okay, look where they go there. What's in do? Because now is country, we prone to disaster. Now that day, now go make them give. Now that day, now go make the right project. Now that one day, now go make more. Some of them title here. Now make Salone de outside they so delicate today. I don't know if you know that one day. Some of them title here. Some man no want make it come out span Salone. No. Because now so himself they better. Yes. Use we name. Use the country name. Where then guy say, okay, wait. Uno good one. Alright.
And inside the last 10 months, according to the National Disaster Management Agency them data, disaster don't unbug over 21,000 people, who say over 200 don't die na Salone. Abubakar Bangura, na Director of Research and Evaluation na the National Disaster Management Agency.
From the environmental disasters, we don't get death of 238.
238 people. Now they're lost. From the environmental disaster and data. 238 people. Okay?
In the last 10 months.
In the last 10 months. Mama them, papa them, even to picking them. We lost them. 238. Okay. May their soul rest in peace.
We get 21,218 populations affected.
21,218 population affected. Okay?
Total number of disasters in which London record for the past 10 months now 135. Where we go?
135 in the last 10 months. Disaster. Where would I record? In the last 10 months. 135. So go say average 13 every month. 14 average, yes. We say 13.5 average every month. Now the record of disaster, environmental disaster. This is the country. It shock you? For land in the last 10 months, 135. Now we record. Sometimes I want to do the happen inside Finton. A big one and I no more you remember, eh? We're there enough from National Disaster Management then data.
Directly ascribed to environmental issues. We range from building collapse,
building collapse, waiting again.
Flash floods,
flooding. Okay, flash floods, flooding,
and mudslides, and wind storms.
Waiting. No, that one they talk on quick. Talk on back.
Slides and wind storms.
And wind storms? Waiting on wind storms. Talk on back.
Slides and wind storms.
Yeah. Because even though I get headphone, there are wind storms there, and I able. On a something they try for say maybe they not capture and find. And waiting.
And mudslides and wind storms.
Okay, and wind storms. Anyway, that thing we talk so. Let's continue.
Waiting at some point the issues them where they lead to the Pasmak disaster, especially in Afriton during the rains. Abubakar Bangura.
You find out, see, when people strip vegetation, especially on hill slopes and houses, and it rains, it creates an ideal condition.
Where come for say where people and cut stick? Where people and cut stick? Where people and root grass suicide enough for roots? Mr. Bangura, talk make the people understand. But this way they say stripped vegetation. Well, I'm going to say, we not take vegetation, no. We not touch vegetation, safe. Because you read the man where be the talk say, people and they then strip vegetation. Those friends say sometimes be the time for say windstorm. Okay. Yes, windstorm. Fiba. Say where people and cut thick side enough for cut thick. Where people and root grass side enough for root grass. I say they pass strip vegetation. Okay. Continue.
For let the buildings and slide on the weathered bedrock where not can hold out too much.
Okay. You don't come back by bedrock. They stone them. Maybe I make the people and they go. Then yes, I understand the terms them. I understand the terms them. But then now we want to talk to you pumui them. We want to talk to we people them. Yeah? Use the word them. Use them with them sabi. Don't count bedrock. Don't count vegetation. No, the stone them where they up there. The trees them, the grass them. But this one, they try for talk to them back, who they wait to say, I make that man be talk say, and make the bed rock, not touch bed rock, who not touch bed, now they stone and no more, now they we broke, for make you go able for put to us na ya. Okay.
Even if we look at just very recently, the slope failure will cause the burial of 6 people then.
The slope failure. This now look in town in the talk show. The slope failure will cause the burial of 6 people. Opre say then soul rest in peace. Eh? The dirty way cuts. We can cover people them. Now they talk about. Sometimes, I know a lot of people can ask me, say, Tripoli, why you alternate career and the career? Me person, okay. The first thing we'll talk now phone, he say, il crée chapeau. Il n'a oversee des sous. Il chasse n'a oversee des. Hey, Papa God. Now, so well, any you want to take now? Yes. Any you want to take? I read comment somebody na they exploit Tripoli say, he say some create and they don't say no area. That's our mother tongue, you know. And I'm proud of it. Yes. I tell you what starts there. English will be begin with too. I say, bra. No. Hey, let's do Creole. Let's speak to the last person here. You go understand. By force. How you go hear your word? Anyway, that's a bad trick. Eh? If we are gonna store. Udare na ya. They must come out come. Yeah. I dey do am. Me I dey do am. I dey do am. I dey ala udare na ya. If I not see person. And I create na sorry. Udare ya. Vince Sama, thank you for the stars. People like Kaloka. Yes, me Kalo like that. Must be safe. Let's continue.
Now, look in town, a similar situation like what you would explain so.
Poor housing with no plan. Now some pan the reason them for the Pasmak disaster na the city and some parts them na Salon. But how this possible?
We dey give permission for build na area where we know say that area they not a disaster prone area.
You go sign? You already talk so. You go sign if I give you paper say true, una dey give permission, una dey give building permits. For people and for bill. Oh, okay. So the one the way they build na disaster prone areas them. Not so na give them permits. Then na then just go and build it for themselves. Okay.
Is it a situation that all the owes them with the free and get building permits?
No.
Is that the case?
No.
Why una dey as country planning host and they free and we not get building permits?
Listen, Ministry of Housing and Country Planning. Wetin make host them day? We not so then give them permits but then bill. Listen, wetin they can see.
We get so many constraints where they make we not able to attend to them till they on time.
The ministry say they get constraints. where they make, they're not able for attend to people them where they go bill who sign up for bill on time. Then get constraints, okay?
And sometimes pass with them don't know bill. This manpower constraint.
It says sometimes pass the people they don't done for bill. Now and then they know. Yes, they're not to God, they're not to Jesus, and they're able to all side at the same time. That is true though. That's true. But there's no need for Diddy. Now I make them all need for work as one. If MDs they know they work as one, it's gonna be difficult because all man feel to say for do in work in get for Diddy. For doing work, he get for Diddy. Now the problem that one day with Sierra Leone. Now the problem that one day. Yeah? Let's say housing, they work with the local council. Because every community gets a councillor. Yeah? Then get a demand. If they not get a demand, then get chief. So inside they now say, if they see chief, they see a demand, they'll see councillor. This is at the local level. So now say self and the councillor said then go chook money in your hand. Well, you go see corruption back. Anyway, we can't skip Papa God help we. You gotta go see why if they don't chook na the money hand. They don't chook na the chief. They don't chook na the councillor. So even when they see bad, they not go talk. The minister go for go cry too. Now then they cry. Yeah, salon. Yes, they all get authority. Now they cry. Now they tell about your own constraints. Continue.
We get logistics constraints.
Logistics constraints.
We get so many constraints, but
so many constraints. Now they get.
In the light of all that, we can still
Sir
go out.
Makanawa, Director, Country Planning, Minister of Lands and Country Planning, been they talk to me 1 year back on building permits at the city, and the situation still are the same as this report the play now. We make a turn to the mayor for the Freetown City Council, our worship Yvonne Akisoya, on the role of the council for protect community them. As Freetown City, they record one of the highest number of disaster them now the country.
There has to be policies where then we the residents, the citizens for no say, okay, Yana no go. Then Ministry of Lands are going to go and sell land, give people them.
So, Mayor, policy no dey? Or you dey talk about policy you now all go agree for? Because I bet policy dey. It dey. But the policy get bots. It get bots. And no side the mayor they come out from. Now for let them all agree. Now make it say, then get forget policy where yana no go, yana X. Like where the mayor and lands then be the fets by that water in anomally. No bilia, who that say who that get right, who that not get right. Now that one they make it the talk say policy no dey. Yes. Okay.
Usai na Wataway, really continuing for appeal to government for let we put the big picture of the country and the safety of the people as the most paramount thing.
Looking at that big picture.
What me they say is land use planning and building permit issuance needs to happen effectively and with environmental considerations. Me believe say the local authorities then are the best place for doing, which is what prevails and happens in other countries.
The mayor don't fit. At first, The vice president be say yes. Eh? Then go divulge that side make the handover to the council them, make them deal with this land issue about who sign for bill, who sign up for bill, and then the Ministry of Land go kind side. Well, down the road, then change. I don't know if you will see the interview where Abdul Fonti be the talk. Where he talk say the look at the Freeton Dotty, the mayor and the neighbor control the na land business they want go put on pa. Then they see one side. Then they see one side. Now make I tell you just not say, as long as papa and mama know they see what the picking na enjoyment them boss pa. Now they happy so. Okay.
Not to just forgo writing a paper and a cup.
In terms of Salon, you think say system nori?
Musa, I want to let you answer that question there. When you look up the hills, when you see the disasters, when you look at the data we don't talk about, when you look at the audit report for building permit done in 2019, where they say and take a sample of 100 properties and 85 of them not been get building permit. On the basis of that, what do you think?
For
85 not get building permits. Then sample 100. Hey, Papa God. 185 now. It's only 15 no more get out of 100. The case is serious.
protect vulnerable community them from disaster. Now one pan the agreement them we Salon been signed to inside COP26 na the UK, but waiting governments don't do since then come from COP26. Professor Moriba Jawad, now the Minister of the Environment.
So since we don't get an interministerial committee, we comprise of 8 ministries.
Hey. Yeah. For more than common at the UK, I be asked this no. Say waiting and no. Wait. No, Mark and don't save. Go Professor Jawad talk. Yeah? Waiting and do for more than common at UK because now they ready for can go Egypt. Waiting and no.
So since we don't get an interministerial committee.
Interministerial committee,
we comprise of 8 ministries.
8 ministries them. Interministerial committee. Well, then they find no because now then they will talk just now. Yes, different ministries them for work. 8 ministries them. Okay, but nothing say the local council lady. Because if you be there, I think say the mayor for don't talk him. But anyway, continue.
Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Lands and Country Planning, Ministry of Water Resources, Internal Affairs and Defense, local government, tourism, fish.
Local government, but at the ministry. Local government and the ministry. Tourism, fisheries, when I get them more.
So that we all come together and plan how we're able to protect the communities where they live and communities outside the animals that they live.
The communities where they live and the communities that outside the animal and they live. But name me one community outside the animal and they live. They are as a Sierra Leonean. Uncle say, now they all come together. The community where the animal and they live, now the fish in the water. We get monkey there again. We get babu there. The animal there. The young community. I try for outside apart from the water. Ataya. Salute. Oh, now they're ready for go Egypt back here. Help me if I not sabi apart from the water when the fish then they who saw the community who get outside the animal then they live in a saloon. Sometimes me no know. We there for let we all learn. Teach me. Takogama Sanctuary. Eh. Go there by let that man go tell you the thing, the constraints the way they go through. Till they don't begin encroach na in land all. They are colored as Simon Sakoy. I'll continue, yeah.
Important the work of this committee day for protect saloon environment and prevent disaster and a vulnerable community them. Professor Jawad again.
Because we get this committee will include the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, we don't come into agreement say any land where they give somebody for bill. I not say private land where the middle tongue, but
yeah, he say he don't say private land where the middle tongue, but to why they talk, sir.
any land within a then catchment areas, therefore inform the committee. The committee now they take a final decision. That
if you want forget land, you say na then catchment area, Bobo, that go my area. Then inside the outside they call green belt. Now they talk about. Then for go inform them first. Now them for say yes, you get right. The one where we some of who paper then 30 days in a land and not agree sign them. Yes. Continue, Professor.
no mean say we don't water down the mandate or the role of the Ministry of Lands. Waiting be they happen, that they permit, we don't see people that will get permit, where claim say they get permit, and you look at them, few of them, most of them of course don't get permit. So the one that will get permit, where don't be in other areas, it don't get for happen again. Because
it not get for happen again as when? Because me I want show now. It not get for happen again as when? When did it start? Because if not now, it's happening. It's happening. Okay. Go na Bobo. It happen the better one.
because this committee, now a committee where the Minister of Lands will report to.
The UK government being host the COP26 and the British High Commission Saloon. Don't they follow team them where don't they happen at the saloon environment sector? We make a ask the British High Commissioner Lisa Chisney as to what's in an assessment of saloon for protect the environment.
There are good stories out there, but there are multiple challenges. Such
You said don't come. You said don't count. The British High Commission say yes. Multiple challenges then they. Ah well. Una Irish country not so. Bam. There you go.
enforcement and other areas. And maybe just to close, I think in terms of what do we think is necessary, well, those commitments that were signed up to at COP26 were really important, and actually they set the way forward about halting and reversing deforestation, about
He said, them paper the owner be go sign. Owner go sign. Na England. That COP26. Them paper the owner sign. Deforestation they inside the owner be sign. But right now, you know what tell una direct to me they tell una. Direct say una dey pa timber business. Inside the bush them. Una just dey cut. But una be don't go sign deforestation paper. He no want talk and direct. It's safe for una pay attention to wetin una been sign. Even where Professor Uncle why they talk just now. Yeah, he talk about deforestation. Bah, I go there. Because timber na good business. No need for wakadi. Okay.
resilient health systems, about the role of education and gender. But we also today have come out with some really practical ideas about how to finance some of those climate interventions.
He say don't count practical ideas how for finance. That's why they know so now don't you now yes shopping. That mommy, if you be no you not talk about this, say it they count practical ideas how for finance. Once he get finance business day, then go pay attention for that one day, eh? You know, sabi self money, hey, money chuku there. All right.
And what needs to be done. We'll think about what we can do in terms of some briefings very specifically on climate in the run up to and beyond COP27.
But Lisa, concerned about human activity on the environment, where don't they lead to disaster? Now, different community them.
2020 alone, 300,000 worth of football pitches of tree cover was lost.
300,000 tree covers was lost. Then cut over 300,000. They no say them people here, then get satellite images. They no sabi. I tell you just no na ya. Not to me talk out. 300,000. How they get them? Not through satellite images. Of tree covers was lost. Then cut her. Fap! Deforestation. I make it say that paper would then be go sign. They would now who back there? We're an Irish country, we're prone to disaster, but we are the one creating it. How do we reduce it? How? And the UK, I don't talk so. Say 300,000 of tree covers lost. Fap. Cut and down. Okay.
In Sierra Leone. So these are some of the very real statistics. I'm very happy to. We'll talk more about how we keep you guys in the media up to speed.
Yeah? It's in the real statistics. These are the real statistics. The one we give you. Go show you. You go give diagram back on Pantap the bagging. Say 1st of January na soya bintan. Then circle for you. Then tell you say on the 27th day of October, look am na soya tan. Don't cut and down. Okay.
With all the policy, law, and the workway authority them say, then they do together for protect the environment, community then still exposed and vulnerable to disaster as people still they build a disaster-prone community them, brush the forest and block water road them we make every year. People they die during the season for sake of flood, mudslide and heavy breeze na different parts them na saloon. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports.
One tell Musa Kamara thank you. And Radio Democracy. President Bill, that 8 ministry committee, who Professor Jawad be the tell about just now. I want to make you ask the British High Commission, do ya? Then say inside this year alone, 300,000 trees now don't go down. May them give that image this, sir. May them show you the difference inside them. Then make you count this ministry. May them can show you how comes. May them show you how comes, sir. And waiting at them plan. But you don't see. Where Parliament go ready for close just now. They all go all right. Then forget to say, we don't hear where even the British High Commission don't tell we say 300,000 trees. Not they again. Then we don't write for President Bill. President Bill back go na Parliament. They go read. Done. Then parliamentary and then they go begin knock table. For say, oh, environment is now safe the knock. No more the knock. Yes. We not saying that's what they can do. But oh yeah. Now I make the British High Commissioner say These are the real statistics. He said the one when you learn at the and also on your own fake, but it just say these are the real statistics we need to talk about. Anything that's mean? I will. Welcome on board, Alpha. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me on board, Triple. I want to say good morning, good evening to, and good afternoon to all our listeners all over the world. Interesting topic, but very touching. The amount of people who don't lost their life by disaster in Sierra Leone. But I want to start with the picture where they put in the background. I don't know if you can able to pause the three palm bodies them way they shown at the background. So I want to explain something. They firstly, say we are not ready for make disaster reduce or mitigate disasters in Sierra Leone. The first thing you see so them pictures, then they I know one for identify really the area, but I know a similar situation like a dandy, right? The one per body says a three per body tinap now one line and go chap. It's either the two then get connection to government or the ministry. Now that make them two per body, then they exist and then go chap the one because it don't happen many equation na western area because me live in a western area. Yeah, Triple A, the government has a lot of role for play, a lot of things them for do. And the reason we make the government not able to achieve some of them particular goals and aim here, it's not part of the politicians' their agenda. Yeah, so all within a one for can reap inside, waiting and they get the reap ham, then get ham, then don't done. After politics, they don't them done, then don't go, other die. Yeah, me live na the western area for the mountain villages. Somebody me the talk about Takogama. Let me just educate the person. The kind of way Mr. Bala they go through right now, it's hell. It don't reach them, the people in a Batos community. Then get that, then go with young man, then cutlass. Then they go brush that place there. So there is a lot of things where they happen. If not be said that guy, they may get some amount of government protection. Trust me, them for don't beat and come on at that place, do chimpanzee them. So let nobody not begin to say that place they okay. Right now, they don't brush stay. In fact, where it in on side and they don't build pan body them. Now that area, they trust me, you they the babu they see them. Imagine we don't expose the community to chimpanzee at the moment where they talk to you. So every other day or week, they talk to somebody where they walk now that place. So if somebody they say and chimpanzee Takugama sanctuary is okay, it's safe, it's a big lie. Yeah. Okay, let me come back to the problems then, of course, and then we will try for provide some solution. Like I say, I will go back to what in the mayor say. The government really for don't develop that particular sector, the ministry, the forgive permits, building permits, then to local council. But again, like I will always say, because of the NTIA politics business, state today the government. In fact, I could remember the last interview they said the local council they not get capacity for do that for handle the for give building permit. Interesting, yeah. But the Ministry of Lands we gets the capacity for give building permit. Calculate the simple survey we then do almost 100 hours the way they do. In all reach 30% or 40% we get a building permit. That tells you, then we say they get capacity. The Ministry of Lands we say they get capacity. They could not deliver. So why then the government not devolve that function to local council? Let's see if they not go work. Again, like while they talk, when you put square peg in a round hole, these are some of the results you get. Where you come for satisfy the boys, we don't campaign for you, we don't talk na social media for you, you put them in position, you will never get tangible results because there are people who qualify. You will not need for wait for international treaty for go sign and for make we set up or for way before gets a formidable force for protect the environment or we system them. But we will get for a way to go sign, we get money, they per diem, waiting then call, we'll come, we'll call 1-2 meeting as the year end, they go back for the meeting and then we write fabulous reports and we go present and then clap, bam. Now so no more. Now that's not the life we the MDs then deeper. Even for let them select the right people and for go represent the ministry or the department and agencies them, parent treaties and they. Trust me, if you not get connection, you are not. They're not a member. Yourself. If you want, I can always say you want get the sense you pack them. Whereas you are not politically connected, you know they go. So we all this are some of these things that we not see the results. No matter what you do, we need to see results. I don't talk about this program. The whole West Freetown, the biggest gutter we sabi na Samba gutter. For we sabi Samba gutter, we them born the way we done it from decades. 30 now, that's one green Samba gutter. Then don't build on top, then don't blocks on side, and they don't know the Samba gutter don't scatter. What thing we don't do? Nothing. By now, because you will look Pademba go the flood, Pademba go the fall, the flood. Has the government or the Ministry of Housing or whatever, they not ever say, don't say, you know what, we should go from, let's get more Samba gutters them. Let's dig more gutters them, where we come up the hills them, where they go down straight. Let's put rules and regulation like we mayor they say. Let's put policies. Nobody not for bill. No matter the connection where you get to the government or the powers that be, you not for bill on top gutter. But not to this same mayor will go now Lombly, where and the former Minister of Lands nearly fet for somebody where they build now the gutter. You know, Tripoli, we're not ready for change. We're not ready for go before Sierra Leone. No matter what you talk, politics now don't kill we. Even when they talk to, even when some of who they talk to na them platform here, they don't class with, they don't connect to it to all kind parties them because we stand for the truth. But if we not put politics in development, we will always poor people will continue for so far till then die. From who gain independent 1961. Yeah, 30 day the disaster just they increase every year they increase. Just 10 months, see almost people die. Now this same same government, the first lady they say the way disaster may come and APC term disaster and kill beaucoup people. But this is 10 months way and then don't they so way that almost people and don't die. Politics don't kill we. We have to remove politics in everything we do if we want to see changes. Lord, look at them. We talk about fire. How equipped with fire force? Almost good motor car then get. Almost fire equipment then gets. It's too much, Tripoli. So look where we hold them tight. When a member says, well, you know what, Lord try for improve on their road here. Bike the number corner song. Lord create means at which bike then they run one like the corner lanes them. Lord enlarge the streets them. Nothing like that. No government need think dandy. Now I make for me. I make to say the second city was a major priority in that country, but again, politics kill them. When we see say this not a way, if we can't push this government things, if them push this project, it will give fame to the past government, then kill them. At the end of the day, now choke Freetown, they choke. People go continue for choke na Freetown. Everybody wants social amenities. Then I make people they left the village then Canatong. People they run Canatong because when you talk about internet, when you talk about lights, when you talk about water, all it's then call, all who say they can't get an Freetown. So why people don't run Canada the city? We not plan the city at all. I talked the last time I said Waterloo was one of the best area where Ministry of Housing and Country Planning for don't for don't show the expertise. But go Waterloo now, don't choke past the word choke. No planning, no nothing. They not go sit down say let's set a city or look a particular area. We design the eye for one. Nothing like that. But then they pay them every month. Then they go out, then go block building the way they go on. They mark X day, then go then chop money, they eat. Salon with really sad, Tripoli. It really sad. Where can I pray people they pray now? Not to prayer. The result is there. Let's create more gutters. Then they build, look what then they construct road, then the gutter reach you need. What would they expect? That just flooding, small rain will come. Mega cola rubber them all over. What's the government they do for reduce denting and the last time I talk and I say even plastic products then they reduce now the market. Even spoon, them party spoon, they now na board, and then they use wood and spoon. And then they sell now. For we in Canada, it's almost a policy now. What are we doing as a government? Nothing. When you want to talk, they say, the governments now will get them. That statement they keep on me. Governments now will get them. No, go back to the definition of government. Some people don't understand. When I say government, now we they pick the government, but not all they run the government. You get selected people where now we believe and then they run the government. So these people, we are expecting a lot from them. A lot. But we will go now. So politics from day one till we come on our power and our politics. We don't think for the poor people, the masses. I could remember the last interview we didn't do Triple over there and Kisianda. The lady said, because up yonder there, and I make I can put me Bill Games place now way cheap. Imagine that. The government's not sit down say, Lord, build low-cost housing. Now sit go build, see the building and go put. Other day. Now White Elephants project. Build low-cost housing where people then go. They make more money. Governments go make more money. Instead, with the glad NRA, they increase tax them per people. What thing they do now for pay, use the money, pay salary. We can't even remember things say, look, Lord build low-cost housing. Afterwards, Lord build 1,000 housing. Let's see if people not they move come on at the city, go there. Create transport system. Let's see if people not go move. Make the rents affordable. Lay lights day, lay water day. But oh Lord, I don't know. Well, as opposition, we sabi all the problem. We'll go now in the inside the outside will and perform. We not get any answer again. We go back. We begin cast blame. Anyway, people, that's my own take. Thank you very seriously, sir.
Thank you very much, Alpha. Welcome on board, this friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks a lot for talking through this issue of this disaster. And thanks a lot to the Musa for giving this report. And regarding this, I believe say they get for try manage management and then the problem here and how they go able for look into this. But in the first place, we see the fault they would they don't cause and the type of disaster they when they want them more, would they don't try for pressing and the one they will prone to and they cause a national disaster. Because on not just something local and small thing, but this they talk of national disaster and the people that would die and the data would they give so of how much people they don't die and where they don't get affected and the loss and even the finance and the economy and people and the struggle. But the issue here is how then we able to manage this with the approach of waiting, then they don't go sign and waiting, then they advise them and waiting, then they try to get finance from and waiting, then they boast about trying to achieve. See, they know they are, they claim international relationship at the talk of the government side and the one then when are the authorities we related. When they see some of the authorities then we involved in the adaptation, then they go then they try for tap. Waiting and get for what tap they bring and come and try make. When they see other countries and they even move forward. But coming first, we'll see the disaster. I believe the disaster the more than Boku, and we don't see them in different areas. We see Kabbalah, they don't get landslide day. We see Kenema 1 or 2 times between Bo and Kenema flood, and then bridge they broke. We don't see bridge John broke one, so they get for you stick one time because of the passage of the water. That village day, see people and get forget extra payment, then they go till and go reach day. People and begin to take transport back and half and half. That be don't occur. So all that now, we even see McKinney again, they storm them. Then at the storm more, the wind, they blow bridge, roofs, damage them. And then we see, of course, the landslide and the mudslide and the water in flood in Freetown because water the floods on site. There's some areas and the water with the flood, the damaged buildings. And so inside the mud where they come on, where they don't erode because of the vegetation, where they don't pull the dirty, all that's in the move they can't done. But all because again, you know, get a route where in the past for let you go able to go drain at the sea, like how you talk. So that's one of the challenges they get for looking to. Because when they talk of them thing, then they always put 2 things, then they say adapt and mitigate. I go able for get used to them, where you go avoid. You go get for used to something else before you go come up behind what you do. You know, then they win you out, like they say win out from Bobby, they begin to eat food. So you try to adapt the people, and then one and the nine they not still know what are the strategies they would get for put. Because most times I see and they miss and they can mix up the mitigation and the adaptation. They can just say with the mitigate, they talk about adaptation, but when I say adaptation, they still not implement it. Then just they put strategies, say we'll get for bills for una movie under, or una get for get planning, or una will get planning other things. But the planning most of the other things they will have to mitigate. But the point they other than the people they get for move the causative problem, the one they would bring the massive business and the place they follow will be move them out and carry somewhere or find a way for stop them. So these are the things that you get for say they put in place. And then now, waiting at the place who don't cut off now, you begin to plant and grow. Not for plants no more, you plant the trees and grow them like how they see the mayor they do. Because then they are seeing some trees and they really grow with the height. Because I remember it gets a bitter argument, a bitter hot, well not a bitter hot seat interview about the vegetation. But you actually go and you see them, then they really exist with the areas and what you don't plant apart from one side and they don't erode again because of the side they do. But all this they go on with the government and the management and the ministry and they do. Then we get again the meteorological, like I know they look for the weather, the rain they come, the breeze they blow. Then say they give data, then they help because they don't get donations from the UK and other places and what they give them funds for letting go buy, implement. They don't even give donations to Boku thing. So then they try for upkeep. For sure, now the risk of the weather in your side, if the rain they come, other things there. So then you match the things there now with the people and who side in geography. So you see, we not get for study about geography, that are the land, the water, the sand, the stone, then all the other make up in the country, how you go do them things there. But it all comes down to how them go able for research. But the word now, they research science, not around the one more like investigation. If you go find out and you study it, you put the plan in place. And when you put the plan in place, the target group, now like I said, the one day when you go find for you go adapt for seeing the target. But if you don't get the target group, you always just assume, like when the president been go, he goes go say, well, I sabi some people that will be there among we, or he try for call names indirectly. In fact, now you they try for four steps and then people like if you say them they call. But since then, now target group now they go say you tell me for this why you can't be like that, or you not even go get this policy paper, why you for stop. So when that thing like no the fear no they go because they're already familiarity they and once familiarity they back now in this disturb this area where and we say I'm used to them there and we just talk. So this is the same thing that they go do. So when back where they go there. So when that area they not build and done, when I don't go build it, the other half side where they left, when they say when for punish when strictness go there, they self can bypass. But when they see actually projects then they go on, then they develop, they get some man they wouldn't in there, go see few them even with DJB, they go some there, then they try them their effort. But it all comes down to the power, capacity again, and which they get for do how them will stop. Because then are more for deter the man they own at the target group. But when they own a target group, you always try to get a pattern. The pattern wouldn't be used, then go change them from one your time. As they move so, then go so. So you see the point, then they deter. But when you don't get still a target group, we go identify. You put discipline on there. Then one thing. So we don't see all that issue there. Then you come down to the fire incident. The fire incident here, go straight direct to and why? Because you don't mention about people and other things. But I did see an interview recently where they talked to the fire possibly and they ask how the faults, why they call them for one incident about them during the time when they go before the fire vehicle they reach there. It don't go some assault, it caused casualty in the road. So the fire left there. They burn. So by the time they call the other vehicle now, before they even fail way for go, they don't even reach, then the fire don't cause a lot of problem. And about 3 people they died on that incident. The one, the recent one, a few days ago, because almost every 2-3 days fire they happen. But that point of the fire, then just identifies it. First of all, the road side didn't give them problem for go hot the fire then. But the point where they cause the fire more, we didn't identify the causative, what they make the fire be, now because of the electricity. You see that 80%, the one that would they make them smoke, the electric, then the matches and then open fire, then a small percentage of the electricity. So you see the point, they're able to identify them. But because you don't investigate, we don't involve the bodies that we concern, for long I go get information, I know how I go tackle them. When I will try to talk to them cable, then copper cable, I don't hold. Standard bureau, then how then they able for money, then things have for come. All man, then there's a kill license for come. Then the CNR now, then try for come up here and back with new strategy. Recently, they say, then we try get them border, they are secure them for do, we were able for involve tax. But they are involved in excise duty, tax, and other things. But how go prevent some of them things? And another question where would they ask? Because they don't actually order 5 vehicles. They say you know go do, but then go manage forget the 5 vehicles because they don't get the one who don't damage. Now one green day, I don't know if na Freetown or that Eastern, but I believe it's at the end. When at the end where they and I don't know if na wrong center, now 1 vehicle don't left for them instead of 2. But moving away from that point there, now we come to the point where directly then they talk about this COP now. 26 where they don't go, and COP 27 where they don't go. Where now the body will go say, well, if we add up self, no try make we style no go get within then the plan for let we get. Because the other body where they apart from the COP, because then say the leaders are not the one for talk, so they form a subgroup, and this subgroup they call an African Adaptation Acceleration Program. We're not for just Africa. They don't meet up, then they have been informing one time what the president, this meeting where you go, instead of you go to that meeting, I can't remember which meeting again. Instead, now, just other leaders have been for that meeting there. And then the preparation of strategies, them, waiting and waiting now before doing a showcase when COP27 come now Egypt, or now go the way they start from the 6th of November, I think in the end somewhere around the 18th of November. So then go showcase. So when I say go get voice, they don't get involved for 1 or 2 things, but the activeness of waiting and go start from the 26th and waiting they're supposed for don't try get from that adaptation fund, we still then they do them because this one of the African Adaptation Acceleration, then call them AAA because now the AAA and the adaptation for African needs, that AAA they are the one of the program where they don't introduce, so they don't put aside $25 billion. Now billion, so then $1 billion there, and then the MC them will try get, but then they convince them for like try get and for USAID, for Africa. They get different programs and for the youth and other things. When are they come for that point there again? That will lead me to waiting they don't do recently when a program when they run what they call a carbon credit scheme. And this carbon credit deal are part of the adaptation. In other words, they make a deal for let you go so say you will for show the less carbon production where you get, you try for reduce the carbon, or you want to introduce a program where they do that. So if you look at what in Liberia do, why would they talk about the electricity? Why they delay? Why no? They were doing something different. But I will let find out about we don't cut it short. They don't go get from this credit fund. What they go do? They don't go to Mount Coffee. When are the dam, biggest old dam, they don't go increase the size of this dam. They don't done them sometime about 2 weeks ago. So now a week ago they don't sign finally that CGSL. So you see how then they plan for selling the hydroelectricity. But what did they do? Because they don't write a fund, a project from that fund, they don't go begin get there. So it all comes down to how una get for fine adaptation. Things will be done the same now from that time we COP now. Then they try find a strategy of waiting on our for move the people. Una make up say now the people are then dinner here. Whatever if we go make a town for them, whatever we begin to make this, whatever we put a system of transportation, we go easy, like a train system where it is less carbon emission, we write as a project, then it can do like the million for put that electric and Freetown. And that was mentioned during the COP26, as I always say. So when we will write a project, they are down to adapt them or houses. But it all comes down to how we are effective. From that time to now recently I see they can help them for letting them write the carbon credit paper where they will produce or whatever they call it now a plan work or action plan so then we're able for present, for then we're able to forget what they need forget. But you see the time now go, it go. And when I say we don't come now, let's tell them for the showcase, we say, yeah, we don't go get, we don't try for change this. But when they believe on finished product, thing where just easy, let them just count no more and go take without do not come or get philanthropist or somebody they can't do somebody can't build you can for find thing we wanna go get from the scratch in a way pull this idea and then we'll go introduce them. So but another point they may try for all I'm saying let them try look at that area of electricity, how the cables and then we try deal with them because the cable they're old. Then this behind them back, you know, see they still they get problem for synchronized electricity from that CDSL. When Liberia, then synchronize their own. I've never been the way they don't do the synchronize. So anything I want to release, it go smoothly with the electricity because when you get two electricity power, they want a different function. You know, go work that one day. Last week or 2 weeks, I see them bring engineers them for can support them for that technical area day for letting them be able for do an free talk. But that should have been the first place because this is now health and disaster, now risk. So you don't go bring the risk only for fast track so that you project will before go or you manifesto or not even a manifesto or something that you say, no, well, I don't do this. But when you look at the project in timeline, there was something they still need for them to do, wait small and push them before. If for them even be easier. But now they don't know when the people and they don't give feedback for telling the people that don't do the technical work, then will just left and pass you go for go investigate now you find out. But these are all risk and things and what it cost people in life for loss that they play because electricity they can. When I wanted the cable then small and the cable then cake. So if the capacity of that cable it be done big small, but outside we don't find like when they see how all don't rotting, they go for that rotting side, you know, they get blood circulation. So the circulation of the electric, you know, they will go through it. So the power where they can a small cell, that force way they use for like pass, all that in the meter electric. So all that now the one. And then there is also a wastage of electricity. One don't even know that they ever mention about. Because the electricity when they flow, when you don't utilize and back, they get backflow. If they pay for an now, I see DSL, say now sooner about it they pump, not to eat all them will consume. Some of it they left right away, some of it they waste some because trouble. So this is what they get for they know. I will not go able for explore, I will not go able for investigate, I will not go able for put resources together, and then I will not go able for target that group play, and then when I implement what I implement, once resource can when I go for them, when I just go for them, when I get specialists, when I call them on attention. And let's say the man know they can then 8 ministry, if the man gets say you can't bring up because you talk of a national agenda, a national idea, not for you selfish, but not selfless. We will say, and they think only for let are proud for say I don't do this. That not mean say I go add up. That not mean say now I go struggle. No, nobody will expect you that. But enough for say now that one day away for that will get signed. When the project we are able to forget, he did it, and the oversight work better all the time. Then effect now parliament till they see them back and they got a big program where they don't do back. Big debt, now go take back. Then they tell that debt too now been go take carry. Nobody not give account for that. And people are not go do this work, we not do them. The only the other one at the other side of the opposition for like you fair way for coming company. Say now true, you say, well, you want to talk so back and I believe for oversight. But it all comes down to people that they point their finger and money all they eat, that they disturb and they not channel their money there. The UN, they begin a new meeting for one more again. And the same thing about disaster, the UN Secretary General, where he pronounced and the thing about the disaster and other things. I've been listening, I did email the other people they see them go so before then they go up on this couple now sometime next month. But let them go, they use things and we are available. Especially where the one they see what they happen to like the first tales of people they follow. When they see everything what they happen. And then the one that where the disaster agent then now when they put people in, then go know what they do, but maybe to related people who go say, okay, I go do this subject because you get people who specialize part, not the geography for know much about, but all those related subjects. You get students when they be involved in that geo something, when they do that geo survey, when they say now even FBC guide, why not keep call them boys, they have fair work for them, put them in their place there, let them go before with the very to right man we can talk about that bridge. So you look at these people and then therefore build up that area they left people and when they were able for day when the youths then will come up, take on steps when they're not ready for qualify, but all now just cut here, put here, now we all know more. So the balance we get for go now. Well, we not go get. If you do now, let's say na second round we go back put for now. Well, that is it. This is not what you get for being. We get for stand up so that the country go try for move. Not to pass in where you go see like an alarm. clock, it is snooze am. Anybody, you can't remember some day the time the alarm they begin for press and snooze. Oh, now wait for 5 minutes more. You will let the snooze until the snooze time done. You know, go ring again, then you fall asleep. Like when it goes, if you wake now until only 2-3 hours. But I only hope say for avoid that snoozing, they sleep. If you're not able to sleep for go work, well, you if you're not possible to cope, say I'm able to wake even at sleep small for go work, go they put time for sleep so you go able grab for go work. In other words, put time for the job and like the job so that you go able for go get a produce and reap the benefits. Thank you very much. We only pray for leaders then let them go they understand some of them things there's time to go. Thank you, sir. By getting the right people in the right place and monitoring, and then when they find out, they bring them, then they're able to interpret them and put them into place. Things and they will then decide with Google, you tap, you can't bring, you make. Thank you, sir. Let God help the nation. Thank you, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Usfin.
You're welcome, yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Williams, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir. Truthfully, I can let for you program them. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And we learn from there. And we see if we are going to talk, we see if we are going to get some lady sense out of it on the day. First of all, I think about this Ministry of Housing and Country Planning. Whether man they can talk, say, people in the bill, they don't know. Now, when they don't bill done, now they know. First of all, when they know, which action they take on them? Which action when they take on them? When they know, say, yes, they have obtained building permit first before they do their construction. Nothing. Corruption. That is one. Housing and country planning, they say, they don't do planning zone. For years, waiting at the improvement where we don't should say yes, they don't do planning zone at the western area. We should say yes, they don't improve. Nothing. Nothing, not sure. Even worst. The worst. Let them go recently, very here, we President go na Guma catchment area. Let's go see the area they were doing massive palace building, they already don't build it. Even government official, past government official, build inside it. You could see no get build. You could see no know whether man they build, no get building permit there. Like in Baitam, they go there now to go investigate the amount of building permit they go show what people will come up with. They say the Director of Housing and Country Planning. They all are jokers. The two ministries, lands and housing, they are the most joker ministry. They are the people in that. They are what the people in that one in there. We don't make Salone better in a way that for let we see improvement on, they are the two most. It's so hard to me that they do it to myself now. We sit on that's what they talk. You see, we not get leader yet. I don't forget leader when a radical leader. They go come. If we not get radical leader, better not go in the salon. We get forget a radical leader when they look behind and you do things the right way before we continue to go better. We get one government minister where I expect that Monday. He don't die now. Where he use the law. If that one day, if he allow that Monday, believe me, Salone, this plan of business where money bill goes left and right, you know, go don't be here. You know, go be. But you don't see better. I'd call your attention again. You see grammar school? The minister when he did, that time they did, he used the judgment to the fullest and make sure Then people they will go build na grammar school land. It makes sure say na grammar school get that land there, according to the documentation. It makes sure the grammar school, they make sure say yes. Grammar school use the judgment fully. It can book all your company. It be. And I'm name the work na the Minister of Housing and Country Planning Minister. It made them book all yours. Then the grammar school get the land. If that example they set up to this time, believe me, people are going to go build those city pattern. Sorry enough for build and they go build. What do they call Pretoria as a city? Not a city that one day. Look at it as a city. Not just the standard of city. Not the standard of city at all. At all. So that minister of country planning now they talk there more than they. He doesn't talk no. You see, this will come back again. We see they only way to work that they can ministry, they can top office and they not get the country in heart. You know they. Me no see for where born as alone. Tear growth, tear don't they almost here. They were born there, tear they get dependent. Wait man them. I know you wait man one day make raffle. Land raffle. One day. I know you wait man. That wait man tell me the Ului. I know you didn't make land raffle at all. These are not that gender things where they happen. We can that thing they can hunt the people the way they get their land in there. Because the reason why they talk so, when they glass and stuff, yeah, people are not going to say, oh, then they make raffle, or they win, they get land. They don't get the actually a master plan. Wherefore show them the crown land them. There are people land them. They go take it in their hand. Then later on when they can't give people the now, say then raffle they win. All this the corruption, the beast. All this the corruption this side. Corruption. The actual people they will get the authentic plan. Where the people are, so people they know take care. What all people they go take care. So me no see person na me get the plan. They are see can put paper. Say na government give me paper. Go far. Again, we judicial, not a better place. You see, judicially better place will get justice. All the rubbish here not take place. All the place. We not die, we die go so. But we generation, just unborn. They get beaucoup problem for that solve. Beaucoup problem. They can solve. So now your contribution now in there. They all like joke. The 2 ministers there, they are the most joker people there in the country. Most joker people there. They're not incredible at all. They know where they work there. So them need your contribution now and there.
All right, thank you.
I get other people there for talk.
Yes, Famo, you get 3 minutes. Your background loves you, Famo.
Yeah.
Your background noisy.
Okay, I'm gonna do quick. Okay, I hope see now everything okay.
Yes, you get 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, to start with, first the observation we may get first in terms of this disaster management issue. One, all the past governments, the present governments, let me say, the people in powers can always wish for this disaster. Because through this disaster, and then they able get their own way. for make money. And secondly, I can blame like the Minister of Works. Now one, because like if we think, but even now the president. Hello.
No, if I'm all continue, not to you continue.
Okay, so like even now the new sites the president the way they sell. If you check the no planning no day, where like you go feel say the road access within the make the all the ministers that we get now they all don't live na them parts of the world here. Them see how they plan the road business. Usai muska they pass in good, usai bike they use in day. You will work by foot usai they pass in day. But all the news sites them presently within the cell, they even get plan, but then think then they. The only way they will make now one way access road, then go left, just because of the want money. So like me, they blame all we go cast down on Minister of Lands because like now then they give building permits. Because like if somebody sell land give yourself, the Ministry of Land no give building permit. You go for building permit and tell you say no, this sire you know for billiard or no go give building permit. That person you know they try that for bill. The best thing can do now how he will go collecting money back from that person we buy that land to. But then they think of them thing then they all. Hence you come, then charge you ready for pay the money. They don't care. Who say you buy land? Who say you not buy land? Hence the money we then ask you for you don't pay is finished. The next way then will give now for give you permit. When disaster happen back now from you back, you disaster where you get now they in back then they use for make money. So if then thing then they unable to get the rights somebody way for able to run them ministries and the AAA now thing this will not go ever stop. And we need for the set eyes back on the Ministry of Works. Because now irresponsible in terms of road maintenance or for make road everything. We roads the way then they make. Now other disasters down the back. Because you go see certain side where you go feel say it's not supposed to be one way road, but side they go make a one way. That one way there you go see too much car they use this they go so this they cancel. Pass one pack for in company and they see all things then they all live in other parts of the world here. They don't go find way for preventing things than they now. We leaders the way we get, then believe in a way disaster happen, then for find solution for them. After the disaster, they don't forget about the solution. Now for the moment when they happen, and then say them will begin shout for them. And see don't take 1-2 days, people don't forget about that. Then the back don't die. We don't tell people then they say, oh, we pray for salon, we pray for salon. If for saying people in a salon no get fit, we God no go answer our prayer now. So like a main contribution that thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Famo. Yes, Uma, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Hey, Triple, thank you very much. You know, again, yeah, when they take me go backward, even Pakaba, it gets a blame. Because the reason why I say we to blame, I understand the one we come with the ministry we then call local council. Because the reason being, the things that we then do for tie the mayor in hand. Call any civilized country in the world will not to the city or the mayor, they run the affairs of the city. Call any country in the world. Now the mayor now for give a building permit. Now the city council, not to the central government. Now the city council for give building permit within the Freetown municipality. Not the mayor. Now the mayor now for no would for build now because I see you make reference of Abdul Fonti. Abdul Fonti na punk. Maybe they work na AYV. It means you don't need to talk rubbish. We make a reference that the mayor not able for clean the city, why they go hand in land. They get a chance for clean the city. How many times will they see that they do on TV all the time? Then there's a day on TV back or on news where somebody just go take one no dry sand like whether they don't go mix mortar. They can block on a gutter, put on a street and walk away. Not too long ago, not to before call, not to see her back. So they be done clean. Then they hope him what they talk so because now they work in a state house. This is not the problem. We take all them power then and put under the central government in hand. How the no go? Look, even countries like they were, LA, we got problem. See, all the people that they run on one upscale neighborhood, Brentwood. You know that commodity? Mount Lion, because then they encroach their habitat. They're rich people and they go up their hill, Bel Air, Malibu, Beverly Hills, Brentwood. Every day you turn around, either Mountain Lions they come out or Coyote they come out. Because who says them for go? Up the hills are the people in the building. Yes, every day happen. But yeah, now the city they in control. They get people there for that. I mean, not too long ago, the same mayor back been there on one side where the Minister of Youth go build how they call it, and it's a car wash on top gutter. I see that thing the back now social media where the mayor they plead for make the Minister of Youth not continue that building there. I doubt if they not continue that building there. I've been seeing on social media. The guy they not care. Now the boss, now so back when they begin that cleaning, the Minister of Transportation, Deputy Minister, that Katumbi, whatever I name, funny name again. It cost the lady. Then he gave back that another crazy one with them called Sandy. And the lady, the fat, he cut boss, he treat the lady like a Pekin. Who did that? I don't tell people, I say, Donald Trump, the time we be going to run after that illegal immigrant. When mistake with we mayor, it's in there with mayor, then with police. Like we mayor tell us, say, you crazy? If you want to run after your illegal immigrant, then get federal agency there for that. Not to the city of Los Angeles, the police there. Go pay Leone. When will mayor go able to snap and tell the president, say, you know what? Let me get in charge of freedom. Let me get freedom. Let me run freedom. Let me put freedom in place. But it's not going to happen. Because this same constitution will be talked about. They take all the power, then everything they put under the executive hand. How you expect the mayor? To me, they for just demolish the mayor because cancel enough of it. Because they never do anything. Anything when they want to do, if you not please the minister of local government, it go. We don't see where the lady be want increase the property tax. The minister of local government will know nothing but property tax. He attack the lady, then stop her. God help me, because then children, let me tell you, Marabio, he handle timber business. Not serious timber business now he do. Because I married somebody who come one of their family then, not Tiwi. Yes, I'm a true job. Not timber business they pa. I don't be a timber business they pa. If they sell timber, they're crazy. And but that ain't they make money because if they get for after and we not in a power again, they go ask them to show me the money what if. And they sell timber. Now, like you see anybody, how many times we don't see that engineer, one young guy in Naguma Valley, don't kind of AYV, don't plead about this encroaching. Where people in the build and they go close to the dam, Naguma Valley. Would they listen? Why would get Ministry of Economic and Development Planning? What did they do? What in that ministry? We get so much ministry that they all they run on top of one another. Why we need Ministry of Economic and Development Planning? Then we get Ministry of Lands. What in that today they happen? May God help you. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Omar. Well, now the word that for reduce the risk of national disaster, we need to wake up. The real statistics, the British Commissioner get them 300 trees them, 300 trees down Go there back tomorrow. Yeah? Till we meet back. Till police. Tata.